And a good evening, everybody, from the Maple Grove Community Center. Welcome to Hockey Night in Minnesota here on the Youth Hockey Hub. Tonight it's the Northwest Conference matchup between the number 2 team in the state, the Andover Huskies, and the number 4 team in the state, the Crimson of Maple Grove. And they both come out of the Northwest Suburban Conference Northern Division. So a great night of hockey, and the crowd is still filing in. We'll be standing room only by the time this one is done. I'm Tom Witchin, and Justin Moss, Ryan Tapio are my crew tonight, and this broadcast made possible by FVP. They've got a dominating lineup. Reach for what worked with FVP oil, antifreeze. Stay tuned, batteries, and more. Visit your local automotive shop or retailer for FVP products. And a broadcast here tonight courtesy of Splash Ice Melt Shaker Bag. Simply tear open and shake on surfaces where safety really matters. The visitors, the Andover Huskies, under head coach Mark Manny, are 12-0-1 on the season. One blemish on the record. They had an overtime tie against Blaine early in the year, 1-1 at home. And the Crimson of Maple Grove, 10-1-1 on the record. And their blemishes, they had a tie with Edina. No loss there. They lost way back the Turkey Trot at the Plymouth Ice Center way back before Thanksgiving, or after Thanksgiving. That was a 3-3. And they lost to the number 1 team in the state Minnetonka at the St. Louis Rec Center back on Friday, December 28th by a score of 5-2. So that is the matchup here tonight from the Community Center. The Northwest Suburban Conference, the Northern Division, Andover on top at 4-0-1. Lane is 3-1-1, 7-2-2 overall. Maple Grove is 3-0 in conference. Then Elk River Zimmerman, they're 2-3. Centennial is 1-4, and Anoka is 0-5. In the Northwest Suburban Conference, the Western Division, Totino Grace, the Eagles are on top with a 5-0 mark. Champlin Park is 4-1. Irondale 3-1-1. Armstrong Cooper, the Wings are 2-3. Followed by Alcio, Coon Rapids, and Spring Lake Park. Other games going on tonight around the Northwest Suburban Conference. And it's Centennial at Anoka. Champlin Park taking on Armstrong Cooper, the Wings. Spring Lake Park at Holy Angels, Totino Grace at Irondale, St. Anthony, and Osseo is at Coon Rapids. Let's go downstairs, pick up our lineups.
Welcome to the Maple Grove Community Center Premier Bank Break. For today's game featuring your Maple Grove Crimson, coached by Mr. Todd Berglund, assisted by Tom Miller, Chris Dopp, and Tom Adolf. Tonight's opponents, the Andover Huskies, coached by Mark Manny, assisted by Bill Thorson, Al Fritzinger, and Brett Barta. And now, let's get started with some Crimson hockey with the starting lineups for tonight's game. First, for the Andover Huskies, starting in goal, the senior, number 30, Ben Fritzinger. At defense, the junior, number 4, Mitchell Wolf. At the other defense, the senior, number 18, Dylan Livgard. At wing, the senior, number 22, Nick Dainty. At the other wing, the senior, number 25, Charlie Shane. And finally, at center, the junior, number 7, Luke Crone. And the rest of the Andover Huskies. And now, let's shake the ice with the starting lineups for your Maple Grove Crimson. Starting in goal, the sophomore, number 1, Jack Winicky. At defense, the senior, number 4, Nick Latvola. At the other defense, the sophomore, number 2, Cal Thomas. At wing, the sophomore, number 21, Sam Jacobs. At the other wing, the senior, number 10, Tyler Kostelecki. And finally, at center, the senior, number 14, Trevor Kukkonen. And the rest of your Maple Grove Crimson.
Our goaltenders tonight, Ben Fritzinger, a 0.88 goals against average, 95% is same percentage. And now let's step away. We'll be back with the face-off in just a bit.
You know what works? FVP Auto Parts work. Trusted, tested, selected. You know what works. FVP Stay Tuned works. Engine buildup doesn't stand a chance. FVP. Reach for what works.
Splash, splash, splash. Apply a little splash. When your windshield's getting dirty, just apply a little splash. When your windshield's full of grime, bugs, dirt, and snow, just use a little splash and be safe on the road. Splash, splash, splash. Apply a little splash. When your windshield's getting dirty, just apply a little splash. See safely on the road when you apply a little splash. Splash, splash.
And we're emanating tonight from the Maple Grove Community Center. We were here a couple nights ago when the Andover Husky girls defeated Maple Grove by a score of 3-0. Mention the goaltenders again, Ben Fritzinger for the Huskies, and he's a senior. A 9-0-1 record, 0.88 goals against average, save percentage of 95.4. Meanwhile, Maple Grove will counter with the sophomore, Jack Winnicky. Jack has a 7-1-1 record, 1.05 goals against average, save percentage of 93%. Tuesday night, just a few games around the North Metro and the Northwest Suburban Conference. It was Andover defeating Blake by a score of 2-0. Buffalo over Osseo 4-3. Hastings over Anoka by a score of 5-3. Last matchup for Maple Grove, they played Grand Rapids here at the Community Center on Friday, January 4th. And that's where I spent my time on the computer today doing my homework, watching them play Grand Rapids. And for Andover, their last game was against Blake, as mentioned. They beat the Bears at the Blake Arena by a score of 2-0. Black and gold, the Andover Huskies, and the red and white and gold for the Crimson. Maple Grove going from left to right. Stepping in, Tyler Kostelecki to take the draw. He is one of the three captains. Face off won by Andover as they go right wing. Fired into the offensive zone by Charlie Shane. He's one of the captains. Puck against the near side boards and it floats out to center ice. And it's sent back into the offensive zone by Mitchell Wolf, the junior defenseman. Cleared by Maple Grove and sent down ice by Kostelecki. And set up back behind the net by Benny Fritzinger. Puck in the near corner. There's Tyler Kostelecki. He's the senior. Puts it down low, back behind the net. Looking for Tyler Oakland. Out of the corner once again. There's Trevor Kukkonen. And he puts it out front. Trevor Kukkonen and Kyle Kukkonen will try to differentiate that all night long. We got a whistle inside the Andover zone as the net came off. They hit the pegs. Mentioned some of the games going on tonight around the state. Of course, here on Youth Hockey Hub, our doubleheader. It is Minnetonka #1 against White Bear Lake #6. Sammy Ekstrom has the call of that game on the other channel. Here on the Youth Hockey Hub, off the face-up puck inside the Andover zone. Into that high slot, cleared to left wing, and up the center for Gunnar Thorson. Gunnar Jr. on a wing with Hunter Jones and Garrett Shifsky. Puck inside the Maple Grove zone, played back behind the net by Garrett Shifsky. And it bounces up the slot, comes free. Here come the Crimson on a 2-on-2. Headman pass, looking for Justin Janicki. Just a freshman, Justin Janicki takes it in, then ridden out of the play. Puck comes right out front, cleared away by the Huskies and out to center ice. Coming back, here's Gunnar Thorson into the zone. Shot, and it's steered away by the goaltender Jack Winnicky. Wasn't on net. Puck against the far side boards in the Crimson zone. Played down low off the stick of Spencer Dahlquist, junior defenseman. Again, a centering pass. Looking for the tip in was the Andover Huskies. Looking for the tip there with Nick Dainty. Back inside the Maple Grove zone and out to center ice. Coming back is Janicki into the zone. 1-on-4. Maple Grove in a line change. And Andover trying to take advantage of it. They send it down ice, but the Crimson will get to the puck first as they play it back into that far corner. There's Jack. Let's see, how do you pronounce the line? Jack Dorholt, a senior defenseman out there. And he's paired with Ethan Elias. Sent into the offensive zone by the Crimson. Sent in by Brandon Ruller. He's in a line with Chris Kernan and Sam Jacobs. Play inside the Andover zone. We played a couple minutes of this first period against the far side boards. Played the line, but not up. Good job of holding it in is Brandon Breller. He's just a sophomore. Comes free to center ice. Sent back in by Jack Dorholt. This time walked out of the zone by Dylan Lipgard, senior defenseman. He's one of the three captains, along with Charlie Shane and Holden Dunleavy. Maple Grove up ice and sent in the offensive zone by Chris Kernan, sophomore. Picked up by Tommy Nowacki, junior defenseman. He's out there with Nate Bauer. Puck inside the Crimson zone, up along the left wing board, played the line, and out to center ice. Wyatt Kaiser. Kaiser, the junior defenseman. All-State. There's a centering pass right out front. And a tip attempt right on the doorstep. Looking for the tip there was Kyle Nelson, senior on that fourth line. Back the other way. Koslucky into the zone, fires way wide. From the point, it's held in by Nick Latvola, there we go. And the centering pass right out front, and a miss on the tip attempt by Tyler Kostelunki. Picked up by the Huskies, sent away to center ice. And Latvola will send it back into the Andover zone. Played rink wide far side. Wyatt Kaiser clears the line and out to center ice. Crimson need to get everybody on side. Retrieving the puck there is Tommy Nowacki. And a headman pass, and he caught his winger offside the line. Charlie Shane offside. 13:27 to go here in a scoreless first period. Mentioned some of the other games going on tonight, of course, here on the Youth Hockey Hub. It's Minnetonka and White Bear Lake. Up north, it's Warroad and Roseau. Up north, it's Grand Rapids and Duluth East. And it's Stillwater taking on Hill Murray tonight at Aldrich Arena. Just a lot of great games around the state. And of course, next week, it's Hockey Day, Minnesota in Bemidji. Puck against the near side boards, and Andover's going to be there taking on Minnetonka. We'll talk more about that as we go along. There's a shot from the point, taken there by Henry Nelson, sophomore defenseman. That hits traffic, cleared out the center ice. Nelson back into his own zone. Nelson goes up the left wing boards, and off the stick there of Luke Krohn for Andover. And the Huskies sent it back into the Maple Grove zone. Spencer Dahlquist, captain, junior defenseman, into the offensive zone down that left wing as Kaiser takes his man out of the play. Puck in that far corner in the Andover zone and back behind the net. And still free. There's a centering pass from out front. Put out there by Benny Learfield. A Leafblatt, excuse me. Benny Leafblatt. Can't read my own handwriting. Puck in the near corner. Andover zone up the right wing and sent rink wide far side out the skate of Charlie Shane. Picked up and sent back into the offensive zone by Leafblatt. Andover regrouping. There's Mitchell Wolf, defenseman, leads the rush out to center ice. Turned back by the Crimson. Nice pick. And into the offensive zone, carried in by Kernan. Charlie Kernan. And he tried a stuff in on the near side. Loose puck right out front. Shot saved. Rebound scramble. We got 5 bodies fighting for possession in about 3 square feet of real estate. And somehow Fritzinger manages to keep it out of the net. As Maple Grove coming so close to getting the first goal of the hockey game. 12:07 to go. Here in a scoreless first period. Face off to the right of Fritzinger. And the draw won by the Crimson. And a one-timer taken there by Kernan. And cleared the line and out to center ice. Backhanded right back in by Sammy Jacobs, sophomore winger. Bouncing puck in that low slot. Kernan after the puck sends it towards the goal mouth. And swept away by the Huskies as they go left wing near side for Nick Dainty. Dainty to center ice, plays it around the defenseman, Ethan Elias, and inside the Maple Grove zone. Puck against that back wall. Have a 3-4 person rugby scrum down there. And finally it's cleared and controlled by Maple Grove. And cleared by Kernan out to center ice. Wolf will get his teammates onside. Mitchell Wolf into the Maple Grove zone. Trying to split a double team and said he'll drop it down low as he looking for Garchivsky back behind the Maple Grove net. Against that back wall, 4-person type once again. Back in that far corner, taking hard of the wall is Trevor Kukkonen. Coming to center ice. Sent to the offensive zone by Brandon Reller as Maple Grove is going for a line change. The Huskies regroup. Mitchell Wolf, breakout pass, semi-breakaway. Coming into the offensive zone, carried in by Holden Dunleavy. And then back to the point. There's Michael Clough. And Clough with the shot. Michael, his younger sister, playing defense for Andover here the other night. Face off inside the Maple Grove zone. Clough is out there with Hunter Zinda and Harrison Vandermay for Andover. And off the face-off one by the Crimson and out to center ice. Losing the offensive zone, Tyler Kostelecki coming down that right wing, walks the goal line, tries a wrap around, can't get it off, and it's deflected off into the corner. And there's Kostelecki again. Tyler down to 180, but he's pinned to the wall there by Eric Chartier. And picked up by the Huskies, played the line, but not out. And a shot away wide of the goal. Shot taken there by Cal Thomas. Back out at center ice and backhanded up into neutral. White Kaiser trying to get his teammates on side. He does, and he'll dump it into the Maple Grove zone. Closing in on the 10-minute mark of his scoreless first period. As Kostelecki gets it out to center ice. Tied up there momentarily was Tyler Oakland, junior winger. And from neutral, Dahlquist sends it into the offensive zone. And the Leaf lad will get to it first. Benny back behind the Andover net. And he sends it down low right out front. And a grab attempt there by Justin Janicki. And that was deflected. And all the way back down to the Maple Grove zone. Henry Nelson back for the Crimson. Banks it off that wall and tipped out to center ice. Coming back is Kyle Kukina into the offensive zone, but he left the puck behind. It's still sitting there at the Andover blue line. Played by Dylan Lidgard down ice. Dylan is one of the captains of the Andover Huskies. And coughed up in the zone. Kyle Nelson going in on goal, shot and a save there by Jack Winicky. One of his few saves so far in the hockey game. Winicky on the shot, taken there by Kyle Nelson. 9:24 to go here in the scoreless first period. Then Justin Moss and Ryan Tapio. Ryan, an Augie fan, and Justin Moss, a Husky fan. So we're in good company here tonight because I'm fans of both of those teams. Play inside that Maple Grove zone. We have a pinned man to that back wall. Luke Crone is taken hard into the wall there by Brendan Reller. And we have a whistle. Do we have a penalty called? Yes, looks like we do. And we have an interference call. Evidently the puck was nowhere in the vicinity. And we have a penalty to be called against Nick Latula. And it'll be Andover going on the power play. What a power play unit. They've got 16 power play goals in 47 attempts. That's 34%. And they win the draw. They go back up top to the point. Here's White Kaiser from the point. Plays it down the wall for Charlie Shane to the point again. And the shot by White Kaiser climbs the glass up and out of play. Again, the interference call against Nick Latvala. Face off to the right of Jack Winicky. So again, to the point for Kaiser. Kaiser checking traffic into the slot, shot this way wide. And there's a call, the interference call. Holding the offensive zone is Charlie Shane. Shane fires, and that hits traffic in front of Jack Winicky. Back in the near corner of the Maple Grove zone as the Huskies play that 2-2-1. And in the high slot on the left wing on the weak side. Pass looking for White. Kaiser not there. Puck in the near corner. Played up the wall, but it's held in by Kaiser. Walks in near face-off circle. Fires way wide. And the rebound all the way back to the far point. It's held in by the Huskies. Kaiser on the left wing. Shot taken by Charlie Shane. And that one was wide and puck all the way back down the ice. Chartier is back there on the power play, along with Wyatt Kaiser. And we have for time 55 seconds to go in the Andover power play. And Kaiser slowly out of his zone. Plays it ahead for Dylan Lidgard into the zone. Plays it off that back wall. And the deep rebound comes up along the near side boards. These are lively boards out here. And here comes Kyle Kukinen into the zone, killing some time. Kukinen short-handed. And off in that far corner, still holding on the puck. And then they'll send it back down to his own zone. There's Ethan Elias killing some time out there with Henry Nelson. And now Nelson will play it up to neutral. Tipped into the zone. Getting to it first is Janicki. And then Justin over skates. Puck to the near side boards and knocked down. That should be a hand pass. There it is. And no, the puck was batted down by a high stick. A broadcast here tonight on Youth Hockey Hub brought to you by FVP Motor Parts and by Splash Ice Melt. It's shaker bag. Face off to the left. Ben Fritzinger inside the Andover zone. 7.5 to go in a scoreless first period. 18 seconds to go in the Husky power play. And off the draw Won by Chanakee, and the Crimson up along the near side boards. Then sent back down low. Mitchell Wolf back behind Ozona. Wolf comes up that right wing and to center ice. Clears the red line into the zone. And then taken under the play. Tied up in that far corner. And now Andover is at, Maple Grove is at full strength. Huskies can hold zone, and they fire from a bad angle. Shot taken there by Gunnar Thorson. And Jack Wenneke covered up on the pipe. Held on to get a whistle. Gave you the schedule of boys hockey tonight. A couple of girls games going on tonight here in the Northwest Suburban. Spring Lake Park is at Rogers, and Irondale St. Anthony is at Woodbury, down at Bielenberg. Down at Woodbury. Face off to the left of Wenneke. Loose puck. Backhand shot off the low slot and saved by Wenneke right through the blue. And what do we have? Oh, the net came loose. As the magnets, not as strong as they used to be. That seems to come off awful easy. Face off again to the right of the sophomore goaltender. And off the draw, controlled by the Crimson up along the left wing boards, played by Sam Jacobs out to center ice. Lidgard going back to his own zone, but Preller will get to it first. Brandon Reller, puck in the near corner, the line of Kernan, Reller, and Sam Jacobs out there now for Maple Grove. Inside the Andover zone, up along the far right wing boards and out to center ice. And a 2-on-1 coming back. Here come the Huskies. There's a shot in. Whittaker with a save. Shot taken there by Harrison Vandermeer, junior right winger. And Whittaker makes the save, gets the glove on it, holds on to get a whistle and a stoppage of play. Hockey Day, Minnesota. Next week, I think there are 3 high school games, 3 college games. I know Andover is taking on Minnetonka. I don't know if it's on Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. Off the face-off all the way back down in the Husky zone. Mike Kaiser going back. And we have a 2-minute interference call against Cal Thomas, sophomore defenseman. So Andover has their second power play opportunity of the period. Play inside the Maple Grove zone to the point for Kaiser. Kaiser plays it down the wall, walking it out of the corner. Shane to the goal mouth, and it's sheared away by Whittaker. And at the half wall, near side for Shane. Kaiser up top, walks in to Shane. They give and go. Kaiser, top of the circle, walks in, fires, and Whittaker with a save. Somehow got a glove on it. That sailed up over the glass and out of play. They don't have netting back behind the net, but they do have an awful high glass. And, of course, Maple Grove Community Center, one of the few arenas, if any, in the state, has an Olympic-sized sheet. On the draw, Kyle Kukkonen to take the face-off against Nick Dainty. Huskies win that face-off, and they put it down low. There's a shot. Whittaker with the save. Rebound, panned on, third time, and it's put wide. As storming the net was Luke Crone and also Nick Dainty, and Jack Whittaker stopped them all. Sent all the way back down the ice by the Crimson. Kaiser back behind a zonette. Wyatt Kaiser, the junior defenseman, headed to UMD, or at least committed to UMD. Back inside the Maple Grove zone. The handover touches the puck, and the whistle is blown immediately. Do we have a penalty against Andover? Yes, we do. Huskies will get their first penalty. Looks like Luke Crone is going to go off. Crone off at the 11:42 mark. So it will be 4-on-4 for about 50 seconds, and then Maple Grove will have a power play opportunity. Between periods, we're going to talk with the coaches. Todd Berglund, head coach of Maple Grove, will be my guest between the first and second. And Mark Maddy will be my guest between the second and third period, talking about their programs.
2 minutes for hooking.
2 minutes, the hooking call against Luke Crone. And with it being 4-on-4, an icing call. 11:42 as mentioned, the time of that penalty. Face off to the left, Benny Pritzinger. Connor Kostelecki will take the draw against the other number 10, Kyle Nelson. From the point, there's a shot taken there by Latvala, and it was blocked by Trevick and sent back down the ice by Kostelecki. Kyle Nelson. Cleared by Maple Grove and out to center ice. Huskies touch up into the zone carried in on that wing by Dylan Lipgard, the defenseman, and put down low in the corner. Broke it up. And out of the corner after it is Kyle Nelson in that far corner. At the half wall, gets a pick, sets up at the point, plays it down the wing, and finally taken away by Elias. Ethan back behind his own net. Leaves it for Latvala. Nick is hit as he tries to clear the puck. And now the puck all the way out to center ice. As Maple Grove is now on the power play. They have to touch up and get onside. They don't. As caught in the offensive zone was Trevor Kukkonen. But Maple Grove a chance to set up their power play. How much time? They've got 1:04 to try to break a scoreless tie. 4:21 to go in the first period. It'll be Tyler Kostelucky out there to take the draw. He's got Justin Janicki on one wing and Benny Leafblad on the other. And playing the points will be Andy Nelson and Trevor Kukkonen. Coming to center ice is Henry Nelson. Sends it into the offensive zone. And he sent it in from his own side of the red line. Bad timing. Icing the call against Maple Grove. And 4:05 to go. Scoreless first period. Hockey night on Youth Hockey Hub, Minnetonka and White Bear Lake at the Pagel Arena. Sammy Ekstrom has a total of that. Maybe we can get a score on that game as we go along. As off the face-up, a shot on goal. Winneke making the save. Against the near side boards is Kyle Kukkonen. Plays it back to the defense. Henry Nelson comes out that far side door. Goes left wing for Kukkonen. That's Trevor. Rink wide, Kostelucky into the zone. Drop pass, and it misfired. And the Huskies clear it out to center ice. Nelson goes left wing far side as Kostelucky will send it into the Andover zone. Huskies played up along the right wing boards. Nick Dainty clears the line, but not out. The Crimson hold it in into that high slot. Nelson with a shot, pad save or stick save there. It looks something like a pad. Pad save for Benny Fritzinger, and the puck sent all the way back down the ice, and that'll pretty much do it. As we'll be back to 5-on-5 in right now. Puck out at center ice, kicked ahead on that far wing by Chris Kernan, sent inside the Andover zone. Mitchell Wolf, headman pass, and is back-headed into the Maple Grove end. First man to the puck is Latvala. Nick clears it up along the right wing boards. The Huskies hold the offensive zone momentarily. It comes free to line and out to center ice. Wolf will back up, send it in, right on goal. Winneke, Jack will make the glove save. Leaves it for the defense. Latvala clears it off the boards and out to center ice. Huskies at center. And a pass broken up there by Sam Jacobs inside the Maple Grove zone. In the near corner. Out of my line of sight, comes out free. And picked up and coming away to center ice. So Sammy Jacobs sends it into the Andover zone. White Kaiser, take it away. Back behind that, wrap around. And the save by Fritzinger, a wraparound attempt. Brandon Reller with the steal. He took it away from the defense and came around the net trying to staff it in. And Fritzinger making the save. Andover 12-0-1, number 2 in the state. Maple Grove 10-1-1, number 4 in the state. They meet February 2nd up at the Andover Community Center for the rematch. Off the face-up, it's sailed into the point by Ethan Elias. Back behind the Andover net, Crimson with a puck. Kostelucky goes up top. And now back behind the net is Kukkonen, Trevor Kukkonen. Their four-man tap comes right out front, swept away by Dylan Livgard. Livgard, the defenseman, from center, will send it into the offensive zone. And off into the corner. There's Cal Thomas to take care of the forechecker. And it comes free as Kostelucky sends it away to center ice. On the left wing far side, Elias sends it into the Andover zone. And he may have caught some of his teammates offside. We're down to 1:52 to go in a scoreless first period. High school hockey night here on Youth Hockey Hub. I've seen the schedule for next week where our crews are going to be. Thought maybe we might get a trip up to Bemidji, but I don't think so. Here's the puck out at center ice. And Andover played by Mitchell Wolf and out to neutral ice inside the Maple Grove zone. First man back is Jack Dorholt with the puck. Again, sometimes I can't read my own handwriting. That's a D, not P. To neutralize down the walk is Janicki. Justin into the zone. Oh, just a little bit too quick on the rush was Benny Leafblad. And offside against Maple Grove. The face-up will come back to outside the Andover zone. And we got offsetting minors? No. Yeah, we do. We have offsetting minors. No, just one penalty. That's against Andover. The bench door and the penalty door look about the same. We got a penalty to be handed out against Andover. And going off for a couple minutes, Kyle Nelson. As Maple Grove on the second power play up top for Henry Nelson on the weak side wing. Shot right on goal. And the save by Fritzinger on the shot taken by Trevor Kukkonen. Kukkonen with 10 goals. He and Kyle Kukkonen are the two leading scorers on this club. Tyler Kostelecki has 8. Maple Grove with 8 power play goals so far on the season. They win the draw. And walking that goal line right out front, trying to stuff it in was Kukkonen. That's Trevor. Comes to the line. Trevor from the blue line. Tees it up. Feeds it into that high slot. Gives it shot up over the net by Kukkonen. And couldn't understand the PA announcer there what the penalty was. Anyway, the clock showed. Oh, that's right. He just said it was 1 minute left in the period. And this penalty, barring a goal, will extend into the second period. 1:31 up on the penalty clock. Kostelecki and Luke Crone on the face-up. Kostelecki gets it back to the point.
Number 10, Kyle Nelson. 2 minutes for holding.
Holding was the call against Kyle Nelson. And there's Fritzinger to make a save on a low wrister from Henry Nelson, about 40 feet up the high slot. And again, the face to the left of the senior goaltender. The backup goaltender is Wesley Swenson, a junior. They lost a goaltender from what Mark said to the national team in Michigan. And from center ice, Henry Nelson sends it into the Andover zone. Fritzinger, Benny, up along the far side boards and cleared the line. And out the center ice by Charlie Shane. And I'll take that back. I think it was Todd Berglund mentioning that he lost 2 or 3 different players to the national team. And walking in on goal. And a toe drag there by Kyle Kukkonen and almost managed to beat Fritzinger. He toe dragged it around one. Defenseman came in on goal. And it was Fritzinger coming out to cut off his angle. And he made the save. So 5-on-4 for the remaining 17 seconds. Kostelecki puts it back behind the net against that back wall. Trying to tie things up as Dylan Lidgard taken away by the Crimson. They go up top to Nelson. Nelson on the weak side for Kukkonen. Back out front, there's a shot saved by Fritzinger. He dives out on top of it, and he makes the save. Whistles all over the place. Kyle Kukkonen and Trevor Kukkonen, the two brothers. They probably played pond hockey while they're growing up, but anyway, good communication and good passing skills there. One more face-off to conclude this, the first period, and off the draw. Comes to the near side boards, buzzer sounds, and that's it. As we played 1 minute, 1 minute, yeah, right. 1 period of Northwest Suburban Conference boys hockey here on the Youth Hockey Hub. Our broadcast courtesy of FVP. They've got a dominating lineup. Reach for what works with FVP oil, antifreeze, stay tuned, batteries, and more. Visit your local automotive shop or retailer for FVP products. And also brought to you by Splash Ice Melt Shaker Bag. Simply tear it open and shake on surfaces where safety really matters. So 0-0. And now the looks like the mites are out there. Mites are squirts coming out on the ice. We talked about the youth program here in the Maple Grove area. Keeps going by leaps and bounds. All these youngsters getting out to skate for about 5 minutes. So we'll have a long break here between the first and second period. And to help fill that up, got a chance to talk with the head coach of Maple Grove, the Crimson, Todd Berglund. And let's listen in. And Hockey Night here on the Youth Hockey Hub continues here on this Thursday night for the Maple Grove Community Center. Get a chance to visit for the first time. Head coach Todd Berglund, head coach of Maple Grove. Todd, first thing, I broadcast the state hockey tournament for about 20 years and WCHA hockey for about 10. Your name sounds awfully familiar. Are you a Grand Rapids grad?
Well, actually, I'm a Thief River grad, but yeah, I'm a northern boy. Yeah, my brother, I played, college hockey at Superior, and then my brother played for the Gophers, so that might be, where you might recognize the name. But yeah, we're Thief River boys, Section 8ers. Played a lot of games against Section 7, though. Grand Rapids, Coleraine. We love going over there and playing those guys. But Roseau and War Road were our arch rivals. So, yeah, it's good northern roots up there, certainly.
All right, yeah, I did St. Cloud State for about 4 years, so that's where the name came, kind of rang a bell. How long, Todd, have you been here at Maple Grove?
Well, I've been here I think about 14 years now, roughly. I was a JV head coach for a long time and JV assistant for a long time, and just ecstatic that things kind of aligned nicely about 3 or 4 years ago, and was able to apply for the head coaching job, and it's been kind of a dream job for me. I love high school hockey and everything about it, and I'm just tickled pink that I've been able to get the position and be involved in such a wonderful hockey program.
You were a 500 team last year. Did you have any indication you'd have a season like you're having this year?
Yeah, I think again, I've said in the past, we keep our expectations pretty high. I think last year we had a really good year. We made it to the section final in a team that maybe wasn't expected to go that far, but our expectations are really high for this program. We want to be in the state tournament every year. Again, I would be lying or remiss if I wouldn't say that the 10th grade crop coming in is ultimately a very talented group, winning the state Bantam AA tournament last year. They're very talented. I think the variables that we certainly were concerned about is losing Ethan Heider, the goaltender, and then 2 kids to the National Development Program. So I think we were maybe a bit concerned as to what might ultimately come out of that. But these kids, I tell you, they're fantastic kids. They worked hard. The passion's there. The enthusiasm's there. And it makes coaching pretty easy. So.
Good leadership among your seniors?
Fantastic. Tyler Kostelecki, Trevor Kukkonen, Lotvala, Dorholt, Stelgis, Winkleman, just great kids, great leaders. Certainly Kooks and Kaz are in high school hockey, so they're great leaders. They're very committed to the sport. They don't care who gets the glory. They just go out and do their job and work hard at it, and they're a privilege to coach, and obviously having them for 3 years and is wonderful, and sticking with the program. I'm just ecstatic about that leadership that they bring to the locker room, and the kids they feed off of them.
All right, let's break down your team a little bit. Talk about your goaltending again. How stellar has it been?
Fantastic. With like I said, losing a really good Division I goaltender, it's obviously a question mark coming into the year. But I tell you, I couldn't be happier in how Jack Winicky started against Edina and had just a phenomenal game. And he's played well. He's played consistent. And we knew we'd have a little bit of competition with Parker Slotsby, and Parker's an excellent goaltender too, and he had a little bit of an injury bug with the knee. Wanted it, so I couldn't be happier.
All right, your defense, your blue line anchored by Henry Nelson. You got a good group back there.
Yeah, we with the loss of the 2 kids to the National Development Program, both defensemen, we knew that Henry and Cal and Nick Lotvala and Dorholt, we knew certainly what we were getting back. But I tell you, Henry and Cal have really stepped up. Ethan Elias, a 10th grader, have stepped up and played wonderfully well. Jacob Hicks, Ian Barber, again, a great group of defensemen. from the 10th grade group, and good senior leadership there. And again, Henry's a nice player. He's stepped into the number one power play role, moves the puck well, and really thinks the game well. So
The only blemishes on the record, of course, the game with Minnetonka and then that tie with Edina.
Yeah, I don't look at it as a tie with Edina. We won in a shootout, so that's all I look at it. But Kurt can call it a tie, but I'm not gonna. But at any rate, I think against Minnetonka and Edina we learned a lot, and certainly we learned that we're capable of playing with teams of that caliber. I don't think we played very well against Minnetonka, which was our most recent game. We had a goal disallowed, which was frustrating because that game would have been 4-3. And really, we only played one period of hockey, and that was the third period. And like I told Goldie at the end, I was disappointed that we didn't give them a full game. But again, at the end of the day, we're a young group, and we're learning, and it was a reality check, and we need those. But they responded well. The character was great, and they came back that third period, and we made it a game. And they get the open net goal, and if we get that goal, then it might be a different story. But we hope we get them again. We're looking forward to that option.
All right, Section 5, of course, includes Blaine. I watched the Grand Rapids game, and now you're playing Andover here tonight. And what do you expect from Mark's team?
Well, we know we're going to get a fast team, and well coached. Obviously, Coach Manny is awesome. Coach Thorson, I know, used to have the role there, but they're great guys, and they've done a great job with that program. They're fast, and what's exciting is we're fast too. And we know we're going to get a fast game on both sides, end-to-end action. They're going to back check hard, but it's going to be a fun game. They've got Fritzinger in the net, and he's a proven, tested goaltender. They're not 12-0 for 0-1 for for nothing. They work hard, and we know we're going to get a heck of a game tonight, and the boys are ready. So.
All right, well, Todd, nice to visit with you. Best of luck the rest of the season and in Section 5.
Yeah, well, go Augies.
All right, I love that. Todd Berglund, head coach of the Maple Grove Crimson, and we'll have more from the Maple Grove Community Center after this on the Youth Hockey Hub. And Maple Grove, just a reminder that their next game will be against Anoka, and that'll be here at the Community Center on Saturday. In fact, this game is the first or the second of 5 in a row. Maple Grove last year lost to Centennial in the section final, but the year before they beat Centennial in the section final to get to state with a 22-win season, only to lose to Wayzata in the consolation final. So you're up to date on Maple Grove Crimson. We are scoreless here at the end of the first period, and we'll be back with the second period action in a few minutes. This is Hockey Night on Youth Hockey Hub.
You know what works? FVP Auto Parts work. Trusted, tested, selected. You know what works? FVP Stay Tuned works. Engine buildup doesn't stand a chance. FVP, reach for what works. You know what?
Apply a little splash when your windshield's getting dirty. Just apply a little splash when your windshield's full of grime, bugs, dirt, and snow. Just use a little splash and be safe on the road. Splash, splash, splash. Apply a little splash when your windshield's getting dirty. Just apply a little splash. See safely on the road when you apply a little splash.
And we welcome you back to the Maple Grove Community Center, this beautiful facility here on Weaver Lake Road, up in Maple Grove, not too far from Arbor Village, or Arbor Lakes, whatever they call that, big shopping district. This is Hockey Night in Minnesota here on the Youth Hockey Hub, as we're pitching you a doubleheader here today. The other game going on at the Pagel Arena at the end of one period, number 1 ranked Minnetonka leading number 6 ranked White Bear Lake by a score of 1-0. Here at 0-0, Maple Grove will have a power play for about 36 seconds to start the second period. And not to shortchange other sports, but Northwest Suburban Conference, we've got some boys basketball going on tonight. Spring Lake Park at Coon Rapids, Irondale at Maple Grove. Like some of the fans said, the crowd might not be as big as it should because of the basketball game, but it's standing room only. They've got the fire marshal locked up in a closet somewhere. They are all over the place. But Irondale at Maple Grove basketball. Centennial is at Elk River. Blaine at Anoka Park Center to Tina Grace. Girls basketball tonight, Champlin Park at Andover. Elk River at Centennial to Tina Grace at Park Center. Coon Rapids at Spring Lake Park at Anoka is at Blaine. Talked about all these different rankings in the state of Minnesota. Class 2A, the new poll came out courtesy of our friends at Let's Play Hockey. Minnetonka ranked number 1. And again, the Andover Huskies number 2. Edina 3, Maple Grove 4. Duluth East out of Section 7. Yes, they will have to face Andover. The Greyhounds are number 5 in White Bear Lake 6. Blaine, there's a Section 5 product, number 7. Eden Prairie 8th and St. Thomas Academy. Number 9, Chaska 10. Benilde St. Margaret's 11, Hill Murray 12, then Rosemont, Wayzata, Moorhead, Blake, Roseau, Cretin-Durham Hall, Stillwater, and Lakeville North. I mentioned St. Thomas Academy and saw the news about Tommy and Greg Benelli. I've known those gentlemen for probably 25 years. The co-head coaches at St. Thomas Academy, they're going to step down at the end of this year. And I'm guessing son Mike Benelli, who played for the Gophers, he probably will get the head coaching job taking over for his parents. Both teams are back on the ice. And again, power play for 36 seconds from Maple Grove, their second power play opportunity of the game. After they have 8 power play goals, 1 shorthanded goal on the season. Talking about Division I products, Maple Grove has 4 young men that have already committed. And Justin Janicki is headed to Notre Dame, so is Henry Nelson, the defenseman. And Kyle Kukkonen and Trevor Kukkonen are going up to Houghton, Michigan, taking on, going to play for Michigan Tech. Broadcast from there. That's a long drive along Highway 2, 2-lane road, lots of snow in the wintertime. But we wish them the best of luck. And also Maple Grove has 3 young men in the lower grades that have already committed. One to Notre Dame, another one to Clarkson, another one to UMD. Here we go, second period from the Maple Grove Community Center. Andover will send out his penalty killers. There is Luke Crone, Charlie Shane, Dylan Lindgard, and Mitchell Wolf. Power play in it. There's Tyler Kostelecki, Justin Janicki. And also, let's see, Kyle Kukkonen. And the points are being manned by Henry Nelson and by Cal Thomas. And there's a bouncing puck in that high slot. Comes up top to Henry Nelson. And poke checked away by Charlie Shane, but Nelson manages to hold on it. And Trevor Kukkonen sends it back behind the Andover net. 10 seconds to go in the Crimson power play. And Andover coming to center. Charlie Shane, one-on-one. Do his backhand down the slot. And he can't get a shot up as a slotting seen there by Henry Nelson. Both teams are at full strength. Both teams are 0 for 2 tonight on the power play. The puck to center ice. Andover back in the zone. Centering pass broken up right out front by Henry Nelson. There's a shot. What a save by Wadeke. The rebound, they score! Wadeke made the first save. The rebound put in by Andover. And they take the lead 50 seconds in to this second period. Give the goal to Charlie Shane. His 7th goal of the year. We'll get the assist in just a bit. But it's 1-0 Andover at the time of the goal. 50 seconds of the period. Just after the penalty was wiped off the board. And off the face-off, controlled by the Crimson. Sent into the offensive zone by Cal Thomas. Andover back behind their own net. And Hitman pass to center, the touch pass down the wing far side for Garchivsky. And into the Maple Grove zone, backhanded up the wall by Latvala and out to center ice. On the control there by Gunnar Thorson. Gunnar back to his defense. And there's an intercept, walking in all alone. In a goal shot, out, just wide by Brendan Rutherford. The rebound, they score! And with all that ruckus with the goal, we didn't hear the PA announcer giving the scoring on the first goal. But Maple Grove comes back just like that to tie it up. A minute 22 into the second period. So about 32 seconds apart, we got a 1-1 hockey game. Now initially it was a steal by Brendan Roller, went in on goal. And the save by Fritzinger, but the rebound was put in by the Crimson, and it's 1-1.
For your Crimson is number 27, Chris Kernan. Assisted by number 19, Brandon Reller. Time to go 1 minute and 22 seconds into the second period. That's Kernan.
And the goal for the Crimson was Chris Kernan. And Chris picking up his 4th goal of the year. And on the assist was Brandon Reller, who took that initial shot. So it's 1-1. And again, I think it was Charlie Shane that got the goal for Maple Grove, or for Andover. But we didn't hear the assist because it got really noisy into this packed house. Play inside the Andover zone. Cleared off the boards by Dylan Lidgard and out to center ice. Turned back by Henry Nelson. Loose back at center ice. And walked into the offensive zone offside. Carried in by Mitchell Wolf. And the Huskies are offside at the Maple Grove blue line. So after a scoreless first period, 2 goals, 32 seconds apart here in the second period. And we got a 1-1 hockey game. Face-off. Michael Clough will take the draw for Andover. And Kyle Kukkonen will take the draw for Maple Grove. And Kyle wins that face-off. And a lead pass too far for Justin Janicki back inside the Andover zone. First man in is Janicki, back behind the Andover net. Janicki goes up top to the point. It's held in by Elias. Ethan shot his way wide. After it in the far corners, Leafblad. Benny is taken out of the play on a double team. Loose puck at the half wall. Down in the corner for Leafblad. And back behind the net for Kukkonen. That's Kyle Kukkonen for Leafblad. And he's pinned to the wall there by the defenseman. For not defenseman, that was forward Michael Clough. 4-man tie-up, rugby scrum in that far corner. And it comes free and out to the line. Elias with a blast, and that one was way wide. Deep rebound at the half wall. It's held in there by Jack Dorholt. Rung around the far side boards in the corner, up along the dasher boards. Like it was knocked down with a hand, but I guess not. This time Andover trying to come out the near side on the clearing pass. But again, Crimson doing a great job of holding it in. As they've got the momentum right now from center ice. Crimson get everybody outside. Nope, offside. Layton getting out of the zone with Leafblad as Kyle Kukkonen walked it into the offensive zone. So offside against the Crimson. 13:32 to go in a 1-1 second period. You're on Hockey Night on the Youth Hockey Hub. You're Richie Sharon company here tonight. Nice to be with you. You out there, my captive audience. Hope you're enjoying it. Off the face-off and inside the Andover zone. Lidgard clears the line, broken up, and walked back into the offensive zone by Kiernan. Chris Kiernan, who's got the goal for Maple Grove, back behind the Andover net. Off the end of his stick, comes up top. There's a blast. And a 16 there by Fritzinger on a shot taken by Cal Thomas. Back the other way. Andover and a shot on goal, and Winneke has to make a stick save. And out of the corners, Luke Crone. Crone to the point. Broken up out to center. And a race for the puck. And getting to it first is Leafblad. Is coming in with Sam Jacobs trying to get himself a semi-breakaway. Puck in the near corner. Inside the Andover zone. Finally, Luke Crone back behind his own net. Goes up along the left wing, gets a return pass, but he quaffs it up. Held in by Tyler Oakland. There's a centering pass, almost deflected in by the Andover defenseman, Livgard. And it was just wide. Puck in that far corner. Again, Maple Grove with a jump in their step after they tied it up. Here's Trevor Kukkonen, turns and fires. He went for the backhand of the forehand, and Fritzinger made the save. And then we've got a whistle and a stoppage of play. And again, That coming off the magnets. Mentioned Hockey Day in Minnesota in Bemidji next weekend. I was part of Hockey Day Minnesota in Stillwater a couple of years ago. That was a fun time. Last year, of course, St. Cloud hosted Hockey Day Minnesota. But 3 days of games up there in Bemidji, and they've been planning for all year. Saw the pictures of the rink and everything. They did a great job up there. It's right on the lake, right near the Bemidji State campus. In Andover and Minnetonka, one of the high school games up there. I think there are 2 more. I don't recall the schedule, but I know Andover and Minnetonka are up there. Off the face-off out at center ice, Crimson regroup, send to the offensive zone. There by Tyler Oakland, back behind the net. Fritzinger off for a skate, plays up along the near side boards, and off the stick of Henry Nelson and out to neutral ice. Carried into the offensive zone by Gunnar Thoresen for Garrett Shifsky. And what do we have? Offside against Andover. Timing a little suspect. Both teams coming into the offensive zone. Face-up outside Maple Grove and off to our right. And Jack Winicky. Kenny Fritzinger down at the other end, the left side. And this time the Huskies win that face-off. Tommy Nowicki will send it into the Maple Grove zone. Played off that back wall by Nelson. Spins away from a check. Manages to clear it up along the right wing. Intercepted. Come to the point. Played an open near corner. And after it is Thoresen. Thoresen turns and fires. And is blocked right out front by Spencer Dahlquist. He tries to clear the zone, but instead he backhands it into the crowd down there in that far corner. Standing room only. They are standing along the boards all the way around the rink. And up here on top of the grandstand, or up here in the upper level, they're standing 3 deep all the way down, up and down. Big crowd here at the Community Center. Face-off. Kyle Nelson taking the draw from Maple Grove, and the Crimson correction for Andover. And it was Maple Grove winning that face-off. And here they come on the breakout. Cleared the line, but not out. It's sailed in this time by Mitchell Wolf. Give and go out of the corner. Their shot. They goal! And off that corner, a bad little shot by Nowicki. And he shot it at Winicky. Went off his pad, trickled down his back. And Tommy Nowicki picking up his 4th goal of the year as Andover regains the lead at 2-1. Time of this goal will be at the 5:29 mark. Tommy Nowicki, I think that'll be an unassisted goal. We'll have to wait and see. I mentioned that's his 4th goal of the year. 2-1 Andover. Face-off coming at center ice. Again, these 2 teams meet again February 2nd. Circle that date at the Andover Community Center. And off the draw, sent back into the Maple Grove zone. Dorholt clears it back out to neutral ice. And regrouping back into the zone and is Wyatt Kaiser. Kaiser sends it up the slot on the stick of Mitchell Clough out of center ice. Back checking, broken up by Kostelecki. Cut it back into his own zone, up the right wing and into the offensive zone. And first man to the puck there is Eric Chartier. He goes down, taken away by Kostelecki, or correction by Kukkonen, Trevor Kukkonen. Here's Kostelecki. And taken away by the Huskies and coming to center ice is Harrison Benderme. Yep, Tommy Nowicki.
Number 4, Mitchell Wolf.
And the assist on the goal was Mitchell Wolf. So Nowicki picking up the goal, so it's 2-1. As I look up, action is inside the Andover zone, sent all the way back down the ice. No icing. And the Crimson on the stick of Dorholt. His pass out to neutralize. Justin Janicki sends it into the offensive zone. Held in by the Crimson. Oh, offside. Late call by the linesman, but it was indeed the correct call. Offside by Maple Grove at the Andover blue line. Mentioned the standings in the state of Minnesota. And we have a new number 1 in Class 1A. Hermantown is now number 1. St. Cloud Cathedral, they've lost a couple of games. They're now number 2. And then Matamidi, East Grand Forks, Thief River, the top 5. And off the face-off, Maple Grove sends it into the offensive zone. Fritzinger plays up along the near right wing boards, and then Fritzinger goes down. And didn't see if there's contact. Looked like he just lost an edge and went down. way away from the play. Lost his stick, lost his helmet, lost his balance. Clock shows 10:14 to go in a 2-1 second period. Class 1A, Orono's number 6, the defending state champion. Then Sartell, St. Stephen, Alexandria, Warroad, and Tina Grace. Back down in the Maple Grove zone. Fanned on, clearing passes Leafblad. Picked up and turning and firing just wide of the goal. On their side was Hunter Jones, the junior winger. This time Andover trying to use the momentum from that goal, holding the offensive zone, 4-person tap in the near corner inside the Maple Grove zone. And finally, it is poked free. Andover controls at the half wall near side. And to the point, it's shelled in by Lidgard. Dylan plays it along the dasher boards. Down to the near corner. Free back behind the net for Latvala. Nichols right wing far side for Leafblad. Benny from center will drive it in way wide of the goal. And out for a skate, it's Fritzinger. He's it for the defense and picked up and coming back the other way is Luke Crone for Andover. He takes a big check at center ice by Jadike. And the puck sent all the way back down the ice by Maple Grove, and that'll be an icing call against the Crimson. The Crimson again will be hosting Anoka on Saturday. They've got home games then with Elk River Zimmerman. They had the big matchup with Blaine before they head on the road for the Andover Huskies. They've got Duluth Marshall on Saturday. St. Cloud Tech, Anoka before Hockey Day in Minnesota. They got a busy week. They got to have 3 games next week. Off the face-off, rung around the near side boards and out to center ice. And backhanded up the wall there by Sam Jacobs, taken away by the Huskies into the offensive zone. Carried in by Kaiser. Kaiser with a shot wide of the goal. Deep rebound off these lively boards, comes out to center ice. 2-on-1 for the Crimson. Up they hurry. Into the offensive zone is Kernan. Chris Kernan, who's got the goal. And a nice pick by Tommy Nowacki to break it up. And cleared out to center. Driven right back in by Spencer Dahlquist for Maple Grove. Breakout pass to neutralize for Gunnar Thorson for Andover. Lead pass a little bit too far for Nick Dainty. Crimson will get to it first. Henry Nelson in the near corner. Up the left wing for Jacobs. Jacobs looking for his center iceman, Brendan Riller. And inside the Andover zone. That fourth line, all those sophomores from the state tournament team out to center ice. Maple Grove 3-on-2 into the zone. Down the wing, center pass right out front, tipped on goal, and Pritzinger with a save. A 3-on-2, and there was Kostelecki looking for a tip and back the other way. The other number 10, Wedeke with a save on Kyle Nelson. And then all kinds of bodies in the blue right in front of Wedeke. Jack composes himself and shows the referee, I got the puck in my glove. We played 9 minutes at the second period. We've already had 3 goals, 2-1 Andover, 7:59 remaining. Kyle Nelson against Kostelecki, the 2 number 10s. Crimson win the draw. And up the right wing and out to center ice for Tyler Oakland. And he takes a check at center ice. Huskies retrieve and send it away into the zone. Cleared right back out by Cal Thomas. Long lead pass too far for Kostelecki. Heading to it first is Wyatt Kaiser. Gets away from Kostelecki. And played up the line, splits the defense and out to center ice. Not far enough for icing as Cal Thomas going back in his own zone. Banks it off the wall. Far side for his partner and out to neutralize. Leafblad into the offensive zone with Trevor Kukkonen. Kukkonen taken hard into that back wall by Wyatt Kaiser. Puck comes free up that left wing and carried to center ice. Now the move is Michael Clough. And into the offensive zone, and he would have caught his teammates offside, so he pulled back. Now back into the zone is Vandermeer, Harrison Vandermeer. And the Crimson take it away. Into the offensive zone, down the wing shot, and Fritzinger with a save. And a shot taken there by Kyle Kukkonen. Against that back wall, Maple Grove with a puck. Kukkonen with a shot, and it's just wide. As Fritzinger was tied up right out front by Ben Leafblad, and I think there's going to be interference with the goaltender. We'll have to wait and see if they're going to hand out a penalty. But Benny Leafblad, pretty much a 3-point takedown on Fritzinger. And Benny is arguing in the case with the referee there, but I don't see any indication of some penalties. Face-off will be to the right of Fritzinger. puck is dropped in the near face-off circle inside the Andover zone. And back behind that, Mike Mitchell taken into the wall up along the right wing boards as Andover plays it to that far left wing and fired in the offensive zone by Hunter Jones. And off the near side boards, a batting shot by Charlie Shane. It was wide. Jones puts it out front again. This time the red and white take it away as cleared to the line and out to center ice by Leafblad. Huskies will center right back into the Maple Grove end with 6:20 to go in a 2-1 second period. Right wing touch pass down the ice. That'll be an icing call against Maple Grove. Girls hockey, the polls came out. Blake is the #1 team in Class 1A, followed by Edina, Wayzata, Forest Lake, and Andover. Class 1A, Warroad #1, followed by Breck, Mount Westaka, Proctor, Hermantown, and South St. Paul. Here we're not that far away. What is it? The state girls hockey tournament is, 5 weeks away? Winter is going fast. So is the snow. Off the face-off in the Maple Grove zone. Bouncing puck in that far face-off circle. And played up the wing as Dahlquist sends away to center ice. Coming down that wing is Sam Jacobs. Back behind the Andover net. Jacobs out of the corner. Puts it in the high slot. As Dahlquist trying to get a shot off. That one is way wide. Wyatt Kaiser, he takes a check from behind. He lost possession. As a good two-man forecheck by Maple Grove to hold the offensive zone. And finally dug free by Kaiser. Wyatt Kaiser mentioned he's going to UMD. The puck out at center ice. Henry Nelson will center right back in to the Andover zone. Checking traffic is Wyatt Kaiser. His wingers peel off. Shadowed out front there by the forechecker Tyler Oakland. Comes to center ice and Nelson will center right back into the Husky end. Again behind the net, Kaiser drop pass off and in the near corner. And walking up the wall, here comes Garrett Shifsky. On the wing for Gunnar Thorson. Gunnar with a shot and Jack Winneke snaps that one off onto the air. The sophomore sophomore goaltender, came in with that 7-1-1 record, 1.05 goals against average, save percentage of 93%. Face off to the left of Jack. Their backup tip goaltender is Parker Slutsky. Slutsky, I hope it's pronounced, junior. Nelson on the face-off. And the draw also taken by Kostelecki. And the puck comes free to center ice. Huskies touch up, send it back in. Behind his own net is Ethan Elias. Elias stops, plays a rink-wide pass to his partner on a defense. And that, of course, is Cal Thomas. Sent into the Andover zone. First man back is Dylan Lidgard for the Huskies. Four-man tie-up in the near corner. And finally taken away by Kyle Nelson. Nelson comes out that left door, out to center ice. And off the stick there of Parker Hines. Hines on that fourth line. He's a senior. Out of neutral ice, sent to the offensive zone by the Crimsons. Dumped in by Tyler Oakland. Lidgard in the zone end. Plays it ahead for Kyle Nelson. Nelson backhands it up the wall. But on the back check, taken away by Trevor Kukkonen. Out of neutral ice, Kukkonen gets a return pass, walks it into the zone. But he walked in before the puck came. It was going to be a late offside. And now an icing call against Andover. Almost a offside against Maple Grove and turned up to be an icing call against Andover. 4:14 to go here in the second period. Mark Manny, head coach of Andover. He's been there for a number of years. He'll be my guest between the second and third period. Last time I interviewed him, about 4 years ago, up at the Andover Community Center. Forget who they're playing, Forest Lake, I think it was. Doing that game for Bob 106. Maple Grove with the puck in the offensive zone. Over skating it is Leafblad. It comes up the left wing and out to center ice. Vandermeer into the offensive zone, down the left wing, backhand shot wide. Goes after the rebound, but it's swept away and cleared off into that far corner. Cleared up the wall behind Leafblad, but not out from the point. It's held in. Shot, Wood and Winneke with a save. On a shot taken there by Wyatt Kaiser. Mentioned Kaiser heading to UMD. Charlie Shane, the senior co-captain, he's heading down to Tempe, Arizona to play for Arizona State. Arizona State, all they're doing is putting a program together, now trying to find a conference to play in. Right now an independent schedule. Puck out at center ice, and that'll be a tripping call. And Justin Janicki is going to sit for a couple minutes. Right now Andover in control of the puck. And now the whistle's blowing as Maple Grove touches the puck. Janicki, well, they're going to call from interference. Could have been a trip. But Justin, the ninth grader, he sits for a couple minutes. Time of the penalty at the 13:29 mark of this second period. And so Andover will go on the power play. Mentioned they've got 16 power play goals. Their third opportunity. Take the strong will be Nick Dainty against Tyler Kostelecki. Dainty out there. There's Luke Crone. Points are Liv Gard and Mitchell Wolf. Wolf from that far point. Down that left wing far side for Charlie Shane. Shane turns and fires a tip attempt right out front. And it's blocked and cleared down the ice. Blocked by Spencer Dahlquist, and his teammates send it all the way down the ice. And over again on the breakout. They go left wing far side for Mitchell Wolf. Into the offensive zone. Down the left wing. Sets up in the corner. Wolf back behind the net. And out of the corner is Vandermeer. And again up top to Wolf. To Charlie Shane in that high slot. Charlie to Wolf. Shot. And it hit defenseman right out front. I don't know if it hit Winnicky or if it hit his defenseman. Because Jack was looking for it. And the puck was nowhere near him. Andover controls the rebound. Set up again. Shane in the high slot. Shot this time. Jack did see it. And he made the save and squeezes it to his midsection to hold on and get a whistle. 1:11 to go in the penalty to Janicki. And 2:42 to go in a 2-1 second period. Hockey night here on the Youth Hockey Hub. Last score we had, Minnetonka 1, White Bear Lake nothing at the end of one period. Try to get you an update. Later on, off the face-off, Crimson trying to clear. They do, and sent all the way back down the ice. Sent down by Kyle Cook. And then Kyle in on the forecheck on the penalty kill. Swept away by Kaiser. Kaiser turns and quarterbacks the power play. He coughs it up. Oh, he gets it back. Gets it away from danger. Into the offensive zone is Nick Dainty. Off that back wall far side. And at that half wall far side, Shane goes up top to the point. Kaiser, a shot ticks away by Winnicky, and the rebound picked up by the Crimson and sent all the way back down the ice. Jack has been kept busy on this power play opportunity by Andover. Still half a minute to go. And the Crimson, they take the puck away on the penalty kill. Back the other way, though, Andover in the offensive zone, walking in. Shot by Kaiser, and it is way wide. Deep rebound to the near point. It's held in by Eric Chartier. Back to Kaiser. Kaiser give and go out of the corner with Shane. Centering pass, a tip attempt right up front by Nick Dainty, and he missed. Cleared by the Crimson out of the zone and all the way down the ice. And that'll do it. As Maple Grove is killed off the penalty, Kaiser on the move. On the right wing for Chartier. Eric down the right wing. Centering pass broken up by the Crimson, and the puck back behind the Maple Grove net. Finally taken away by Kostelecki. Tyler goes left wing near side for Justin Janicki. Back on the ice. Janicki into the offensive zone. Momentarily he was 1-on-4. There's a shot by Kostelecki. Saved by Fritzinger. And he lost sight of it. Only to kneel on top of it. And cover up and hold on. He made the save. Didn't know where the rebound was. It was between his pads. So he kneeled on top of it. They get a whistle. Kostelecki with a good opportunity there. Face off to left at Fritzinger. And the draw won by Andover as Mitchell Wolf rings around the near side boards inside his own zone. At the half wall, comes free to line, but not out. Held in by Henry Nelson. Back behind the net. There's Wolf again. Wolf goes right wing near side for Shipsky. Shipsky's pass picked off at the line and then hauled down was Spencer Dahlquist. Back behind the net, the Crimson with the puck. Janicki walks it out of the corner. Janicki doesn't want a at the half wall. Around his man, tried to toe drag it. It didn't work. Broken up by Andover. Loose in that far corner. Clearing to the line. Hunter Jones, but not out. Crimson hold it in. There's a shot taken by Trevor Kukin, and that hits bodies. Comes free to center ice. And back into the offensive zone is Kostelecki. Drop pass. Intercepted by Gunnar Thorson and sends it away. Not far enough for icing as Nelson gets it out to center. Whacked by Trevor Kukin into the offensive zone. Trevor's a senior and Kyle's a sophomore. Andover out to neutralize. Nelson to break up that rush right down in front of us. The puck inside the Andover zone. Coming down that wing is Nelson. Nelson feeds a slide and it's off the stick of Kostelecki. Tyler had a notion, but the pass is behind him. By the time he righted himself, he could not get a shut off. And also the buzzer sounds, and that is the end of 2 periods of play. A scoreless first period, but then 3 goals in the second period. And they came 32 seconds apart, at least the first two, as Charlie Shane got his 7th goal of the year at the 52nd mark. We didn't pick up the assist, but Maple Grove came back at 122 as Chris Kernan picked up the goal for Chris, his 4th goal of the year. And he was assisted on the goal by Brendan Riller. Then at 5:29, the Andover Huskies make it 2-1. And getting his 4th goal of the year was Tommy Nowacki, the defenseman. And he was helped out on the assist by a fellow defenseman, Mitchell Wolf. That's where we stand 2-1 here at the end of 2 periods of play. By the way, the JV game won by Andover by a score of 2-1. Speaking of Andover, I had a chance to visit with Mark Manny before the hockey game. Let's listen in on the chat with the coach. And it's hockey night here on the Youth Hockey Hub. We're between periods 2 and 3, and a chance to visit with Mark Manny, head coach of the Crimson of Andover. He and I have not talked for about 3 or 4 years. The last time I stuck a microphone in his face was at his place in a conference game a few years ago. But Mark, welcome to our broadcast here tonight.
Well, great to be here. Thanks for supporting high school hockey and allowing all the folks to look at the game.
Well, for the Huskies, it's been a nice 2-year run. You lost a tough one to Duluth East in overtime up at Amsoil last year, but did that kind of set the stage for the season that you're having?
Well, I think, the fact that we probably had, our hands on the trophy probably led to a lot of the success you're seeing this year. The guys immediately kind of talked about we're going to get to work because we never want to feel like this again. And so we worked hard over the summer, and it stings when you come that close and then don't get it done. So, this year's been good so far. We got a long way to go, and there's a lot of landmines in our way before the playoffs start. So we're going to go shift by shift and game by game and see how it turns out in February.
All right, the one blemish, you had a tie with Blaine?
Yeah, they're a very good team. Maybe underrated as far as the polling people go. That we thought they were as good as anybody we've seen. We did play that game without our leading scorer, Charlie Shane, but they were the kind of team that had a lot of offensive firepower, good goalie, and they'll probably make a deep run in the playoffs.
All right, talk a little bit about your team. Let's start with goaltending and how have they served you?
Well, Ben Fritzinger plays the majority of our games as he has for the last this is his 3rd year. He's not given up much. He's got about a .955 save percentage and goals against under a goal a game, and that's what we expect out of him. He's been like that since he started playing as a sophomore, and he's one of the top 2 or 3 goalies in the state, if not the best.
All right, blue line, pretty steady, pretty seasoned up there?
Well, we're young. We have one senior that plays, but the D core is probably the strength of our team, led by number 5, Wyatt Kaiser, who's a University of Minnesota Duluth commit, probably one of the top 3 or 4 defensemen in the state when all's said and done. He's played as a sophomore at 5'7". He's over 6 feet tall now. He still looks like he's got ways to go before he's done growing, and Wyatt will turn into a high school superstar before he goes to college. Mitchell Wolf, Eric Chartier, and Dylan Livgard are all very, very good players defensively and offensively. And, when guys ask me about our skaters, I say that those 4 plus Tommy Nowacki are 5 of our 6 best skaters, and it really helps when you have a mobile D-core like that.
Pretty balanced 4 lines up front?
Yeah, we play everybody for the most part. Our first line, we've kind of split up our big guys. Luke Crone, Nick Dainty, and Charlie Shane had played together for the first 10 games or so, and we decided to maybe seek a little more balance. So we moved Dainty down with Gunnar Thorson, and on paper we're pretty balanced. Our first line has 17 goals, our second line 14, our third line has 12, our fourth line has 6, and our defensemen have 11. So we're getting a little bit of scoring from everybody, and that makes it a little tough for teams to match up against us.
All right, your matchup tonight in Maple Grove, and what is Bergey's crew going to give you?
I think they're in some ways just the opposite of us. The forwards seem to be the strength of their program. They've got 4 dynamic guys in the Kukkonen brothers and Kostelecki and Janicki, and those guys like to really get their feet going, and they're going to present a real problem for us Maple Grove's always been a great transition team, and so you have to be on your toes and ready for the puck to be coming at you. And then finally, their young goalie's been playing very well for them. And, maybe the question mark on their team right now is their defensive core, which is a little bit inexperienced, but they're giving up about maybe a goal and a half a game or something like that, so they must be doing a pretty good job back there.
All right, you've got Maple Grove tonight, number 4. Next week, Hockey Day, Minnesota, Bemidji, Minnetonka, 1 against 2. You can't look ahead, though.
No, especially tonight. This is going to be a game where Maple Grove's everything we want, and then probably some after that. So we haven't thought about Minnetonka yet. The kids, it's in the back of their mind, and they're thinking about the trip to Bemidji. But we've done a good job thus far of staying in the moment as far as our opponent's concerned, and I expect that'll continue here. And next week when we get to school on Monday, they'll probably start thinking about it. Unfortunately, we got St. Cloud on Tuesday and Anoka on Thursday, and we don't have the luxury of looking ahead.
All right, well, with that, we'll wrap it up. Mark, wish you the best of luck the rest of the season. Good luck in Section 7. Take care of those Greyhounds.
Okay, thanks, Tom. I appreciate it. Hope we get a chance at them.
Mark Manny, our special guest here between periods. This is Youth Hockey Night on the Youth Hockey Hub. All right, thank you, Mark. Thanks for visiting with us, as this is Hockey Night on the Youth Hockey Hub. 2-1 Andover here at the end of the second period. Our broadcast here tonight brought to you by FVP. They've got a dominating lineup. Reach for what worked with FVP oil. Add it for you. Stay tuned. Batteries and more. Visit your local automotive shop or retailer for FVP products. And also by Splash Ice Melt Shaker Bag. Simply tear it open and shake on surfaces where safety really matters. Been talking about sections and Hockey Day. Meanwhile, about halfway through the season, and I took a look at the QRFs, the section standings. If the sections were to seed right now, and in Section 1, AA, Hastings is right now the number 1 seed, followed by Lakeville North and Lakeville South. In Section 2 AA, of course, Minnetonka is ranked number 1, and then Eden Prairie number 2, followed by Chaska. Section 3 AA, St. Thomas Academy and Rosemont, the top 2 teams in Section 3 AA. Section 4 AA is White Bear Lake and Hill Murray, and then Stillwater. Section 5 AA, Maple Grove, and then Blaine and Champlain Park. Section 6 AA, Edina, Benilde St. Margaret's. Edina with just 1 loss, and the Red Knights with 4. Section 7 AA, according to the QRF, Andover number 1, and Duluth East number 2 at 9-3. Then everybody below them is below the 500 mark. And Section 8 AA, Moorhead on top, but not the best record, but they play a tough schedule. Roseau is number 2, then St. Michael Albertville. Again, 2-1. I need to take a breath here. We'll be back with the third period in minutes here on Hockey Night on the Youth Hockey Hub.
Splash, splash, apply a little splash. When your windshield's getting dirty, just apply a little splash. When your windshield's full of grime, bugs, dirt, and snow, just use a little splash and be safe on the road. Splash, 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 apply a little splash. When your windshield's getting dirty, just apply a little splash. See safely on the road when you apply a little splash.
FVP Auto Parts Work. Trusted, tested, selected. You know what works. FVP Stay Tuned works. Engine buildup doesn't stand a chance. FVP. Reach for what works.
And welcome back here to the Maplewood Community Center, Northwest Suburban Conference Boys Hockey tonight on the Youth Hockey Hub. Number 2 against number 4 here in the state of Minnesota. I'm Sam Marchand, and my tech crew here tonight, ably managed by Justin, and by Ryan. Greg, of course, is our producer here tonight. And the other half of our doubleheader over at Pig Arena at the end of 2 periods. It's Minnetonka 2 and White Bear Lake nothing. But indeed, check out the homepage of Youth Hockey Hub. We broadcast from Duluth to Rochester and all the way to the borders. And check out the schedule of upcoming games here on the Youth Hockey Hub and pick out games that you might want to watch in your favorite area. And it's not just high school hockey. We also feature youth hockey tournaments as well. Charlie Shane for Andover, along with Tommy Nowacki. And the only goal so far for Maple Grove is Chris Kiernan. Again, the game courtesy of FVP. They've got a dominating lineup. Reach for what works with FVP oil, antifreeze. Stay tuned. Batteries and more. Visit your local automotive shop or retailer for FVP products. Don't forget, at the end of the game, we'll name our FVP MVP of the hockey game. And right now, I'm up in the air. I've got about 3 different candidates, and I'll see if that third period, one of them will come to the surface and take my vote. Benny Fritzinger defending the goal to our right, and Jack Winicky defending the goal to our left. Jack Winicky, one of my candidates for the MVP. Charlie Shane for Andover. Wyatt Kaiser for the Huskies. Tyler Kostelecki for Maple Grove. But right now, a very even field. And let's see, we're going to skate even strength for the next 17 minutes of regulation, barring overtime. Andover, they've had a 1 overtime game. They tied Blaine. Maple Grove had that 1 overtime game against United, but they won the shootout. Andover and Duluth Marshall this Saturday, and that'll be up at the Mars Lakeview Arena there near St. Scholastica. And Maple Grove, their next game on Saturday, and it'll be right here against the Anoka Tornadoes. Kostelecki on the draw against Luke Crone, and the draw won by Kostelecki. Crimson regroup back in their own zone. There's Nick Latvala. He's paired there with Cal Thomas for Thomas. Cal out to center ice, goes up the left wing and backhanded by Trevor Kukkonen into the offensive zone. Fritzinger out for a skate, rings it around the far side boards, but it's held in by Kukkonen. Now poked free to center ice by Luke Crone. Cal Thomas has to go back at his own end for the Crimson. Out the boards for Trevor. Ahead for Kostelecki, and it's broken up and walked back into the zone by Wyatt Kaiser, but he caught a few more of the block and goal offside at the blue line. Standing among the crowd here at the community center. Playing, of course, big size ice sheet. And now Thorson will take the draw with Kostelecki, and again, Tyler wins that face-up. Thomas up the left wing for Trevor Kukkonen. Turned away, and Thomas had to send it back into the offensive zone, walked right back out. By Hunter Jones, sends it into the Maple Grove zone. Cal Thomas in the near corner, into zone end. And out of my line of sight, I've got one big post right in front of me that I can't see one quarter of the ice. We're kind of packed in here. We've got 3 different broadcasting units that are broadcasting this game. And here's the puck to the line. It's held in. Kaiser with a shot, saved by Winicky. Rebound, side of the goal. Jack trying to put a glove on it, cannot. And off to the corner, Kostelecki. And taken hard into the boards by Gunnar Thorson. Still in that Maple Grove zone. And Kostelecki looking for a new stick. And swept back behind the net by Hunter Jones. Jones in the near corner. He takes a hit. Taken away by Kostelecki. Brings the boards, but not out now. Poked free by Trevor, not the center ice. Kaiser back into his own zone. Maple Grove with a line change. Lead pass a little bit too far for Sharks here. Back into his zone in is Latvala. And a dump out pass was sent back into the offensive zone. Now the Crimson again. Here comes Jadicki, Justin into the zone down the left wing. Jadicki taking into that back wall, but holds onto the puck at least momentarily. There's Luke Crone. as they fence for it up along the near side boards at the half wall. Andover zone played up on that right wing and taken away by Henry Nelson. His pass picked up. Luke Cronin into the offensive zone, goes weak side, in a goal. Three-way passing play, and they missed. A pretty three-way passing play, and somehow they missed a wide open net as Winnicky slid to one end. The pass came to the other side, and the Andover Huskies failed to click. Puck out at center ice and carried on by Henry Nelson. He fires. That was up over the net and off that back wall. Puck in the near corner inside the Husky zone. Picked up and cleared, right wing. Dylan Lidgard leads the rush to center, into the zone. He fires, and that's blocked out front there by Henry Nelson. Nelson to clear, right wing for Chris Kernan. He's got the Maple Grove goal. It's into the offensive zone, rubbed out along the boards. Into the forecheck is Sam Jacobs. Puck free up along the near side boards, but not out. Trying to hold it in is Maple Grove. Nick Naty trying to clear his zone in. Finally, we've got a whistle, and we may have, penalties handed out? Yep, we got a high sticking call to be handed out, or was the puck batted down by high stick? No, there comes the penalty door opening. High sticking call at the 3:01 mark. And going off for a couple is Wyatt Kaiser, the junior defenseman. And so Maple Grove will have their third power play opportunity of the night, trying to tie this one up. And Berglund has out their Kostelecki, Kukkonen, Janicki, Kyle Kukkonen, and Henry Nelson. And off the face-off, Crimson hold the offensive zone. Puck in the near corner for Janicki. Janicki for Kyle Kukkonen, back behind the net. Back to Janicki, out of the corner, goes up the wall to Trevor. Into the high slot for Henry Nelson. Left wing, Kostelecki goes rink wide, weak side shot, saved by Fritzinger. And they play it around the perimeter. And a one-timer by Trevor Kukkonen. And Fritzinger saw the pass all the way, came out, cut off his ankle, and made a relatively easy save. 13:40 to go, regulation, 1:42 to go in the power play for Maple Grove on their third power play opportunity of the night. Gunnar Thorson will take the draw against Kostelecki. And the draw won by the Crimson. Here's Kukkonen, Trevor up top for Henry Nelson, and then a high slot. Walks in, goes left wing for Kostelecki. Back to Nelson on the weak side for Trevor. Trevor, he backs up, he turns and fires, and sticks out of there by Fritzinger. Swept away by Kyle. Kyle Kukkonen on the wing far side for Kostelecki. Nelson again, high slot, fires, hit traffic out front, cleared but not out. It's held in there by Kyle for Janicki. Drops it to the near side boards. As Trevor Kukkonen for Janicki out front. Kyle from skate to stick, can't get a shot off. Kukkonen up along the far side boards. Kostelecki at the half wall. Top of the circle, walks in. Pairs it up top for Nelson. Nelson backs up. And there's a shot. Glove saved by Fritzinger. Howie saw that through about half a dozen bodies within 5 feet of him. And he pulled it out of the air. Great save by Benny Fritzinger. And 57 seconds to go in the Maple Grove power play. 12:55 to go in the hockey game. Kostelecki now Nelson to take the draw. And Kostelecki wins the face-up up top for Nelson. Down the wall for Kostelecki. Drops it down low off into the corner for Janicki. Back to Kostelecki on his backhand. Out front, on goal. Fritzinger save. Holds on against the Wosil. And the sixth cup up. And the Andover defenseman playing policeman in front of their goaltender. Yeah, nothing comes of it. But Benny has been strong on this power play opportunity. He stopped a lot of close-in shots. And looks like Maple Grove going to stick with that same power play unit. Face-up will count to the right. Fritzinger. This time it's Kyle Nelson on the draw with Kostelecki. And this time they face up in the far corner. Maple Grove controls. Janicki, Cheston back behind the net. Janicki in the near corner. And lost it and cleared by the Huskies all the way back down the ice. Sent down by Hunter Dunleavy, one of the members of the penalty killing unit. Nelson leads the rush to center ice. Splits a double team into the zone down the left wing. Drops it down low for Janicki. Out front for Kyle Kukkonen. Can't get a stick on it. There's a pass right through the high slot. Comes free to center ice. And Nelson has to go back to set him. Jadeke at his own blue line, up the near side boards, all around one man, into the zone. Jadeke is tripped up and goes down. And the puck free off into the near corner inside the Andover zone. Picked up and cleared by Mitchell Wolf all the way down the ice. And Andover's killed off the third power play opportunity for Maple Grove. Still 2-1 Huskies with 11:50 to go. From center ice, Mitchell Wolf clears the red line, sends it into the Maple Grove zone. Picked up by Brendan Brother. On the left wing for Sammy Jacobs and into the offensive zone. Jacobs dropped pass to the point. It's held in by Cal Thomas. And back behind the net, there's Jacobs again for Maple Grove. Comes out front, deflected to the far side boards. Chris Curtin for Maple Grove. In his skates, to his stick, up the wall, to the point. Thomas, Cal fires, skate saved by Fritzinger. And the rebound picked up and cleared out to center ice. Boy, Manny Fritzinger's been busy the last few minutes. He has been stellar between the pipes. Puck inside the Andover zone in the near corner. Trying to walk it up front is Chris Kernan. Kernan has to take it away. Played up the right wing and coming to center ice. Here come the Huskies into the offensive zone. Thorson in on goal, center pass. They score! Thorson to Nick Dainty. Dainty was wide open. Gunnar Thorson did all the work. And Nick Dainty picked it up, picking up his 7th goal of the season. And at the 6:05 mark of the third period, it is now 3-1 in favor of the Huskies. Thorson will get the assist. Nick Dainty will pick up the goal. As mentioned, that'll be Nick's 7th of the season. And there might be a second assist from one of the defensemen. We'll find out here in moments. But now the Huskies have opened up a 3-1 lead with 10:55 to go. Off the draw, sent to the offensive zone by Jack Dorholt for Maple Grove. Up along the near side boards. Hunter Jones coming back for the puck. Jones can't clear the zone, held in on the forecheck by the Crimson. Out of the corner is Trevor Kukkonen with a shot, and Fritzinger with a save. Rebound coming to center, Thorson. Here comes the scoring.
Gunnar Thorson, assisted by number 22, Nick Dainty, and number 25, Charlie Shane. Shot goal, 6 minutes and 5 seconds.
They gave the assist to Charlie Shane, and he wasn't even on the ice. Trust me, Gunnar Thorson fed him the pass. So Dainty from Thorson at the 6:05 mark. Referees missed that one. Maple Grove icing the puck. And it'll be a face-off inside the Crimson zone to the right of Jack Whittaker. That's a pretty two-way passing play. And Dainty. Whittaker came out to play the pass by Thorson, and Dainty was wide open. Maple Grove just center ice, tipped into the Andover zone, and the first person back is Eric Chartier, and he goes down on the hit. Four-person tie-up in the corner, controlled by the Huskies. And up the left wing, and coming to center ice, 3-on-2. And a headman pass coming into the offensive zone. Down the wing is Lidgard, and Dylan shot his way wide. Back the other way, transition, 2-on-1 at the hurry. Into the zone, Jadeke, and his pass for Kyle Kukkonen, and it was up over his stick. And now played back behind the Husky net. Henry Nelson will jump into the play and try to put it out front, broke it up. Holding the zone, there's Jadeke, spun around and lost it. Kyle Kukkonen will hold the offensive zone. Puts it down low in the corner for Benny Leafblad. And now the Huskies will clear it out of the zone far enough for an icing. No. Spencer Dahlquist from Maple Grove back behind the zone for Henry Nelson. Back to Dahlquist in the near corner, his own end. Feeds it on that left wing, tipped in the zone by Jacobs. But the first man back is Tommy Nowacki for Andover. He's got a goal for the Huskies. Puck at center ice, loose puck, who's got it? And the Huskies do it, their own blue line. Nick Dainty sends it in, down the wing, Shane Trotter with a shot, saved by Whittaker. And he'll hold on. Charlie Shane looking for his second goal of the hockey game. And that time, Jack Whittaker caught that one chest high and held on. Clock shows 8:50 to go. Now 3-1 Andover. Looking to stay atop the Northwest Suburban Northern Division. Katina Grayson first place in the West Division. And Koss lucky out there to take another draw. Boy, he must play out there every other shift. He won the draw, and now the Andover Huskies will hold the offense's zone puck against the near side boards. And back behind the net, laying a hit out there is Nick Dainty. Picked up there by Trevor Kukanen. Kukanen's lead pass too far for Kostelecki. Tipped into the Andover zone. Fritzinger plays it up. Tries to play it up that wing. It's intercepted there by Kukanen. And a shot save. And the rebound. Eric Chartier back behind his own net. His partner, Wyatt Kaiser. Kaiser golfs it out to the center. Looking for the breaking Charlie Shane. And we've got a whistle, and what's the call there? We don't have two-line passing in high school hockey, do you anymore? I don't think so. Oh, they called a hand pass. Okay. Face off to the right of the sophomore goaltender. Thorson on the draw this time against Kyle Kukanen. Huskies win the face-off, held by Mitchell Wolf. Fed to the point. Tip loose in that slot, and coming to center is Kyle Kukanen. Ahead for Leafblad, bending into the offensive zone, gets around his man after the puck against that back wall, puts it up the boards, and getting to it first in the defense, they hold it in. Now in the high slot, cleared away by Mitchell Wolf and out to center. Hunter Jones into the offensive zone, winds and fires. Winneke with a save right into the midsection. Right in the Maple Grove crescent there on his jersey. Or decal, that's not a crescent, that's a decal. We'll drop the puck once again. Kukanen and Kyle Nelson will do the fencing. And Nelson wins the face-off, played back behind the net. Spencer Dahlquist for the Crimson, off the boards. On, not out, taken away, shot. Winneke with a save on a shot, taken off that wing by Harrison Vandermeer. And the puck cleared up over the boards into the Maple Grove bench and across the way. Andover won the JV game by a score of 2-1. Got a late goal in the third period to win that one. Andover and Maple Grove rematch February 2nd at the Andover Community Center. And now Brandon Reller's line is out there. And Brandon won the face-shot. It comes to the near side boards and out the center. Cracking it up. Firing it in is Wolf. Back for it is Cal Thomas behind his own net. Feeds his partner in the near corner. And play it ahead to center for Kernan. Chris Kernan into the Andover zone down the right wing. He fires, bouncing puck on goal. Here's Jacobs back behind the net. Sammy Jacobs avoids the referee. Holds the puck in his skates. In there as well as Brandon Breller. Playing up the wall. Maple Grove holds it in. Puck comes free. Taken away by the Huskies. Coming to center ice is Vandermeer. And Hunter will send it, or Harrison will send it into the offensive zone. Puck in the far corner. Inside the Maple Grove end, Ethan Elias out there along with Jack Dorholt. Breakout pass coming to center ice. Sam Jacobs on his off wing. Has his pass picked off. Carried back into the offensive zone by Luke Crone. Trying to put it through the slot. Charlie Shade plays it off the boards right on goal. And on a weak side, a weak angle shot. And Winneke comes up on the far side pipe. Holds on to get a whistle with 6:37 to go in this two-goal hockey game. Yep, I said every other shift, there's Kostelecki again. This time taking the face-off with Nick Dainty. And the Huskies win that draw. And off that wing, a one-timer by Luke Crone. And again, Jack snaps it on to the air with that big glove hand, holds on. They don't keep shots on goal here in the clock here at the Community Center. And they don't give you the shots on goal in the wrap-up of the periods either by the PA announcer, so I have no idea. But I think the shots on goal are pretty much even, depending on the power plays. Play inside the Andover zone. Against that back wall is Eric Chartier. Taken away by Kostelecki for Trevor Kukanen. At the half wall, near side. He's pinned to the wall there by Chartier. 3-4 person tap. Kostelecki, and he's rubbed out along the boards. And the puck comes free into the near face-off circle. Clear the line and out to center ice. Charlie Shane coming with with Corone into the zone. Fades a slot a little bit too far for Nick Dainty. Dainty back behind the net for Luke Crone for Andover. And the Crimson take it away and send it out to center ice. Wolf back into the offensive zone, and he is hauled down. No arms up, I guess not. And the puck out at center ice, that looked like a good three-point takedown. There's a shot from the blue line. And Fritzinger making the save, almost coughed it up. Tyler Oakland had not one, but two opportunities there as Fritzinger kind of misplayed that last one. And now the puck is cleared up over the glass into the crowd down below us. Crowd has thinned out a little bit, at least up here in the grandstand. but the folks along the boards all the way around. And again, 2 or 3 deep up here in the nosebleed section where we stand. It's up just that side of the Maple Grove blue line, and the draw won by Thorson and Company. Andover with the puck, and out of his own zone is White Kaiser. Backhands it into the Maple Grove zone. No, that's going to climb the glass. That one is up and out of play. Hockey night here on Youth Hockey Hub. Be sure to check out the home page. Find out the schedule of games coming up in the next couple of weeks here on the website. This time the face-off at center ice. Kaiser back into his own zone. Back behind his zone. That draws a double team on the 2-man forecheck. Feeds the left wing. The goal work wide near side for Hunter Jones and turned back by Maple Grove. Bouncing puck at center. Played up the wall by Dahlquist into the zone. And offside call. Looked like Janicki was a little slow in coming out of the offensive end, and Kyle Kukanen caught him offside. It'll be a face-up just outside the Andover blue line. We cleared the 5-minute mark. We have 4:59 to go in the third period. Again, it is 3-1. And off the face-up right out front, loose puck cleared away by Wolf, and he clears the line, held in, puck out front, just wide of the goal, looking for tip. Down low is Brandon Reller. In the near corner inside the Andover end. Reller takes his man out of the play, but Luke Crone back behind his own net. Crone up along the right wing, play to center ice, tipped down ice there by Mitchell Clough on goal, and making the save is Jack Winneke. Michael Clough, he's the junior. His sister Madison played in the hockey game on Tuesday night. We had a chance to broadcast in that 3-0 win for Andover. Andover Huskies have a really good girls hockey team, and they're so young. Just 2 seniors off the face-up. Maple Grove clipped it around the near side boards. Out to center by Chris Kernan. Sent right back in by Andover. This time clearing it is Ethan Eliason out to neutral ice. At the Andover blue line, delayed offside. Crimson tie-up, or touch-up. And back the other way into the offensive zone is Vandermeer. Out to neutral ice, back the other way is Reller. Brandon Reller stood up as it crossed the Andover blue line. And out to center. Dumped into the offensive zone by Michael Clough. Nick Latvala up along the right wing and it played out to center ice. Played the 4-minute mark, 3:53 to go. We've got a whistle. We have an interference call. This might go against White Kaiser. No, it's against Maple Grove. And let's see who's going to go off. No, it is White Kaiser. My eyes did not deceive me. White Kaiser getting the 2-minute minor interference call at the 13:09 mark of the period. So Maple Grove has their 4th power play opportunity. It's been the big drawback. They put a lot of pressure on Fritzinger, especially that last power play opportunity, but could not score. And the Huskies win that draw. And Charlie Shane coming to center ice. Then slows up, kills some time, dumps it into the open, wide open near corner. And Trevor Kukanen goes back for it. Trevor leaves it there for Henry Nelson, a quarterback to power play. Coming left to right for Trevor on the right wing. Into the offensive zone is Tanner Kostelecki. And he's taking another play on a good check by Mitchell Wolf. Out of the corner, it's Trevor to Kyle up top. Kyle at the top of the face-off circle, giving it to Trevor. Into that high slot for Nelson. Nelson on the wing, a one-timer and a save by Fritzinger. As that shot was taken by Kostelecki, puck in that far corner. And here comes Andover shorthanded, coming back 2-on-2 into the offensive zone. They feed Luke Crone. Crone give and go with his line mate, and we've got a whistle. And we have a penalty be called against Justin Janicki. That'll even things up at 4-on-4. 2-minute minor against Justin Janicki. Didn't see the call. But Justin not happy as he headed to the penalty box. The 4-on-4. Face out to left of Winneke inside of Maple Grove end. Thorson and Trevor Kukanen on the draw. Trevor wins the face-off. Swept away by Cal Thomas back behind his own net.
Number 8, Justin Janicki. 2 minutes for tripping.
Tripping was the call against Justin Janicki. Maple Grove with the puck in the offensive zone. And it is Trevor taken into that back wall. Taken away by Thorson. Gunner coming to center ice on a 2-on-2. 4-on-4 on the ice. Pass off that back wall. He gets it back. Gunner tried a shot, and that was hit traffic. Long lead pass all the way down ice, and that'll be an icing call against Maple Grove because we're 4-on-4. And he can't dump the puck all the way down the ice. So what do we have? Clock shows 2:30 to go. Jadicke with 1:29 to go on his penalty, and Kaiser has 39 seconds to go, and he is penalty. Face out to the right of Winneke, and the puck dropped and controlled by Hunter Jones and the Huskies. Hunter takes his man down and pinned against that back wall. Latvala Nick takes his man out of the play. Puck to center ice for Kyle Kukkonen into the offensive zone with Sam Jacobs. Kyle Kukkonen at the point has to play it back out to neutral ice. Crimson get onside into the zone is Latvala. Latvala will set up at the point. 4-on-4 for about another 13 seconds. Puck in the near corner inside the Andover zone. There's Jacobs to put it back behind the Andover net. Swept away by Hunter Jones. Off the wall and out to center ice. Dahlquist. Spencer back into the Andover zone. Jacobs after it. Andover's now at full strength. They've got a power play. Crimson with a puck. Dahlquist give and go out of the corner. Poke checked away. Nice job there by Mitchell Wolf and sent away to center ice. Nick Daney into the offensive zone. Nix has got to go. He turns and fires. And he ruffles that one up over the net. High and wide. Puck in the far corner inside the Maple Grove end. Trevor Kukkonen, the senior, coming to center ice. Correction, Trevor's the senior. Kyle's a sophomore. Luke Crone into the offensive zone. Crone back behind the net. Crone at the half wall, goes up top of the point, in over on the power play for 10 seconds. Kaiser down the wing in the corner for Shane. Charlie turns and fires. That's blocked by Dahlquist and sent all the way back down the ice. And that'll do it. We'll finish out this hockey game at full strength. 1 minute to go. Andover with the puck and Kaiser. On the wing for Chartier. Chartier out to center ice. Kostelecki back into his own zone. Lead pass. Coming back the other way in the offensive zone is Henry Nelson. And Henry zigged at the last second. And he caught Jadicke going full stride into the offensive zone. Offside against Maple Grove. Andover Huskies about to win their 13th game of the season. Still undefeated in conference. And Maple Grove will go to 10-2-1. We've got a timeout on the ice. Timeout is called. As Maple Grove will use their timeout, try to get possession of the puck and try to pull Jack Winneke. Don't forget, I'll name my FBP MVP at the conclusion of this hockey game. I think I've zoned in on one particular candidate, and I'll give that to you. It was close balloting, but I took it to the board of directors, and they conferred with me and said, yes, you got the right selection. Again, Hockey Night, Minnesota, Minnetonka, and White Bear Lake. Last score we had 2-0 Skippers, the defending state champions, over at the Pagel Arena. That was after 2 periods of play. Sean Goldsworthy's club. Next week, Andover and Minnetonka, Hockey Day, Minnesota on Saturday. Andover fans, bundle up. They say it won't be that cold up there, but not that cold in Bemidji means what? Yeah, that's right. A little bit above zero. And like I said, the rink is right on the lake, so there's going to be some wind effect as well. Face up just outside the Andover blue line. Kostelecki wins that draw and gets it back to the point for Trevor Kukkonen. And they try to dump it in, broken up by the Huskies. Andover to pick it up. They find an opening down ice, empty net, and the puck is just wide. And that'll be an icing called against Andover. They tried to go for the open net. Like, was that Hunter Jones or was that Gunnar Thorson trying to find the open net? Andover and Duluth Marshall up at the Mars Arena on Saturday. Maple Grove on Saturday. They'll be here at the Community Center against Sunoka. I believe that's a 3 o'clock game. Yeah, 3:15 start time. There's one up at the Mars Arena. What time is the start time there? That's a 3 o'clock start time. And off the face-up with 31 seconds to go. Empty net from Maple Grove. They try to put it out front. And busting his way through traffic to keep it alive is Dylan Lidgard for the Andover Huskies. Finally taken away by Gunnar Thorson. Up along the near side boards, it's held in by Kostelecki. Take it away, Hunter Jones. Empty net goal, yes! Hunter Jones for 150 feet away. Hunter Jones finds the net for his third goal of the year. And the Andover Huskies have taken a 4-1 lead. Hunter Jones, what did I say? That's his third goal of the year. I think Thorson will get 1 assist. And I'm not sure who the second assist might go to. But the Huskies have opened up a 3-goal lead. And that sends the Maple Grove, predominantly Maple Grove crowd, heading to the exits and finding the traffic to get out of the parking lot. Has the puck all the way back down the ice. And here's the goal. And he never finished the scoring. I'll go with what I gave you. Jones from Thorson, and the buzzer is sounded, and this game is over. And the Andover Huskies, the number 2 ranked team in the state of Minnesota, remain undefeated as they are 13-0-1. And Minnetonka was on their way to a win, so it's 1-2, couple of undefeated teams, Hockey Day Minnesota next week. This is our post-game show. And again, the scoring. Going back to the second period, Charlie Shane picking up his 7th goal of the year to give Andover a 1-0 lead. Then at 1:22, it was the Crimson tying it up on a goal by Chris Kernan with an assist from Brandon Reller. It was 1-1. Then at 5:29 mark, it was Andover taking a 2-1 lead. There we go. There's the shots on goal. Give them to you here in just a second. No, the 2-1 goal for Andover was Tommy Nowacki, the defenseman, with an assist on the play from Mitchell Wolf. Then in the third period at 6:05, getting his 7th goal of the year was Nick Dainty with an assist from Gunnar Thorson. And then the empty net goal with seconds remaining to make it 4-1 was Hunter Jones. Shots on goal tonight, Andover 36 and Maple Grove 29. Time right now to name our FBP MVP of tonight's hockey game. And I have to give it to the blue liner, Wyatt Kaiser. He just controlled things at the blue line and just controlled the breakout patterns and the rushes up ice. I'm going to give it to Wyatt Kaiser, the defenseman, getting our FVP MVP of this hockey game. This broadcast courtesy of FVP. They've got a dominating lineup. Reach for what worked with FVP oil, antifreeze, stay tuned, batteries, and more. Visit your local automotive shop or retailer for FVP products. And Splash Ice Melt Shaker Bag. Simply tear open and shake on surfaces where safety really matters. Our thanks to the support staff here at the Maple Grove Community Center for all of their help putting this all together. My thanks to Justin and Ryan, my tech crew here tonight. Thanks to Greg producing. Thanks to all of you for being my captive audience the last couple of broadcasts. Thank you for reaching in to Youth Hockey Hub and watching these games. Be sure to go to the homepage and check out our upcoming broadcast schedule. I'm Tom Watchett. Final score Andover 4 and Maple Grove 1 from the Community Center. Good night, everybody. We'll talk again.